Welcome to a brief introduction of command line utilities you should know from the complete works of T. Dunbar. Ping is primarily a diagnostic tool to test communication between two devices. Ping creates an echo response request using ICMP. The request carries a payload to a target and then measures the time it takes for the reply to come back. Obviously, latency issues can be identified this way. Let's try it out. We're going to type the command ping followed by a space, and we'll ping Yahoo. As you can see, I can enter a domain name as well as an IP address to send my echo response request. By default, ping sends the echo request 4 times to the targeted device and tests for all 4 replies to come back. As you can see, with this particular ping, all 4 replies did come back, averaged about 27 milliseconds. So we've confirmed connectivity from my device to the device that hosts yahoo.com, or one of them. It should be noted that this utility may be utilized as an attack against a target, since both the payload size and the number of repeats is adjustable by the user. The Windows command for performing a trace is traceRT, called traceroute. This network diagnostic utility is used to record the path which a packet takes to reach its destination. It lists the IP address and possibly the resolved domain name of all the devices which handle the packet en route. For instance, you send a print request to your networked printer and nothing gets printed. It may be a printer problem, but it may be a network communication problem. Traceroute will allow you to follow the packet to determine if it makes it to the printer. Let's run a traceroute. I'm going to ping Yahoo again so that I can get an IP address, and you'll see it going through the 4. Now I'm going to trace the route to that IP address, 67.195.160.76. It's called a hop when a packet goes from one device to another as it passes from one network to another, separated by routers. And it looks like we're going to get maybe, just 14 hops from my hosting computer to the server at 67.195.160.76. And you'll note that it also measures the time that each hop required. It would work just the same in your internal network, going through the 3 or 4 routers you may have, identifying each on its way. One of the more popular utilities is ipconfig. While it is most often used to identify network addressing for a host, it also has commands which allow you to both terminate and establish a dynamic IP address. Furthermore, you can see your computer's current DNS table and choose to clear that table, forcing your system to establish a new path to a given domain. Let's look at that one. The default for ipconfig with no argument provides the IP address, the subnet mask, and the default gateway for the computer. If you need more information, you can type ipconfig space / and it will provide a list that goes off the screen of the different arguments that you can use. The first is /all to display the full configuration information for the system. There's a release and renew for manipulating the current IP address. Flush DNS or display DNS, we mentioned to show and clear the DNS table on your current computer. Overall, it is a very powerful tool. Finally, let's look at the Address Resolution Protocol, ARP. Unlike the others, ARP exists as both a background function, enabling system connections, and also as a command utility, which allows a user to see and manipulate the work done by this protocol. The protocol creates and maintains the IP to physical address translation table, or simply, it links an IP address, which is dynamic and may change, to the physical MAC address of a device. It does this through a process of handshaking with the router to basically say who's out there systemically throughout the course of its operation. As a utility, the function provides a user an ability to see the current ARP table, to delete an entry from the ARP table, to provide and maintain a static IP address to a specific device on the ARP table. This concludes our brief introduction. If you would like a complete lesson on these utilities, please watch the video at this address.